G'day, this is Tools and Stuff, and we've got breaking tool news. First up, if you are new to this channel, if this is the first video of mine you have watched, I do tons of Makita reviews, please consider subscribing, I won't tell you again. Now some big news today. A few of you will remember a few years ago some images circulated of this battery and lots of questions went back and forth. 64 volt batteries, wow, holy moly, what tools are they going to come up with, yada yada yada. As you can see, the battery was a rail slide type battery like these Makita XGT ones and the 18 volt ones, and most companies use this slide style of battery connection for tool batteries these days. But when the XGT 40 volt max platform actually hit, everybody kind of forgot about the 64 volt. We thought, okay, they've scrapped the 64 volt, we're going with the 40 volt instead, which seems a reasonable conclusion to come to. But a few days ago in Europe, Makita Europe announced the Makita 64 volt max line. Now that previous battery that we just looked at is nothing like what they're going to actually release. And if you saw this video, it's nothing like that. This is a drop-in style battery, a battery with a handle built into it, where the connections will be in the bottom and it'll just slot it in donk like that. Not one with rails like these. The first battery they are releasing is a 64 volt 4 amp hour battery. Now it's 64 volt max, just like this is 40 volt max. This is a 36 volt battery. In reality, nominal it's 36 volt, but you can get them up a bit higher when you charge them. You can actually get this more like 42 volts when you first take it off the charger, as I've shown on the battery checker before. So a 64 volt battery is actually a 57.6 volt battery, so it's 16 cells at 3.6 volts each. Judging by the size and shape of the battery, I'm guessing they're at least 21700 cells. I don't think they'll be using 18650s, but I'm not 100% sure what they are using. There's not a lot of information about this system yet. All that's really been released is the battery charger. There isn't even an image I can find of the battery, and the only tools I know of that are being released at launch are 2 lawnmowers. And the lawnmowers look to be self-propelled. One has a cutting width of 480mm or 19 inches, and the other has a cutting width of 534mm or 21 inches. The model numbers are LM001J and LM002J. That battery shape is clearly going to be suited for large equipment such as a mower, where you can just drop the battery in. You're not going to be putting this on a drill or a circular saw or anything like that. It's going to be for large outdoor power equipment. Even a chainsaw is going to have to be pretty large to warrant dropping in a battery of this shape and size. As of this month, November 2021, it looks like it's going to be released in parts of Europe and Asia. I don't know if Asia's going to count down to Australia and New Zealand. Here's hoping it's Asia Pacific and we'll get it down here. Who knows? It's not actually slated to even be released in Japan at this stage. It's a battery platform designed for overseas markets from a Japanese point of view. Somebody already mentioned to me it would be a great battery system for California now that you're not allowed to use petrol power tools there. So it'll be great there for mowers, blowers, weed eaters, that sort of thing. It doesn't look to be a battery line designed for the home gamer type user, but more like for arborists and landscapers and professionals that use these tools all day, every day, and for example in California aren't allowed to use petrol alternatives. But I can't find any information about it being released in the US as of the time of recording. I found this diagram parts list on the Vietnam Makita website, which gives an exploded view of the charger and the components involved. Pretty basic, gives you all the part numbers and everything, but there's not a lot we can learn from that. And looking at the charger here, it looks like the batteries will have a clip on the side, at the front, at the bottom, so that's different. And you can see these fins here, they're going to slot into the bottom of your battery. They look to be plastic, those ones. I'm guessing the actual contacts are in between those, and that'll slot into the bottom of your battery. And here's the charger as shown on the Vietnamese Makita site. So this is the official site, and there it is. Doesn't give you a huge amount of information. There's no other 64 volt stuff available on their site. Just gives you the model number of the battery charger, which is the DC64WA, and tells you it's going to take you 120 minutes to charge your 4 amp hour battery, the BL6440, and that's about all the useful information there is at this stage. Now I know this is going to get a few of you talking, and it does seem in my eyes a bit of a strange decision considering they've just released these, and they've just released the 8 amp hour ones of these, and they're doing the 40 volt times 2, so 2 8 amp hour ones of these is 72 volts at 8 amp hours. So why release a 64 volt battery at only 4 amp hours? You know? You can get more than double out of this system already, so it does seem a bit of an odd decision. So I can only really see it appealing to guys that mow lawns all day, every day, and that sort of thing. This is far more versatile because you can use it on the mowers, you can use it on a drill, you can use it on a circular saw, you can use it on the myriad of other tools that Makita will no doubt put out on the 40 volt platform until they catch up to the 18 volt platform over the next few years. So the 64 volt one I do find a little bit strange, but hey, I don't have to buy it, so who cares. But I know you guys are going to have some strong opinions, so let me down below. But I know you guys are going to have some pretty strong opinions, so let me know down below what you think of a 64 volt system. Do you think it's a good idea for a ride-on mower perhaps, with a couple of those slotted in? So let me know what you think. Let's start a discussion, try to keep it civil, and I'll see you all on another video in a few days. Cheers guys. I know this video isn't anything like the videos I normally put out, but you know, I just had to try and beat everybody else to the punch, you know. I'm the Makita guy, right? See ya.